Hi everyone, welcome to Pilates Therapy. My name is Sylvia. Today we're going to do another sort of basic beginner movements that you can put together. Okay, this is one that it's great for your movement. It gets your spine moving. I quite often use some of these or even all of them as part of a warm-up at different times. But they can form part of an exercise program, especially if you are beginning, because part of your beginning is getting your whole body used to moving. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to come up onto your hands and knees. And the thing to remember with these sorts of exercises is, depending on the exercise, sometimes it's all about how big a spine movement you can get, and other times it's about stillness. So there are different setups for this one. So if you're looking for stillness, your main focus is to have everything balanced out. So your shoulders are over your wrists, your hips are over your knees. So you've got that sort of real square sort of shape. Okay, then your focus is keeping that back as still as possible and as flat as you can. Now, I'm saying as you can because some people's backs can't be flat. Okay, so really thinking about where your back is. Okay, so you can see I can arch, I can lift up. So we're looking at thinking about having your favorite drink, whether it's a hot cup of tea, hot chocolate, or if you're thinking about Friday night and you like an espresso martini or something like that, you have a cocktail or a glass of wine or a glass of water, whatever you want to do, have something on your back. So you're focusing on that. You lift your head and chest up, okay? So it's not down between your shoulders, lift it up like you're nice and proud. You've got a really tall cactus plant in there and you don't want to bring your nose onto it to get spiked. And then you think about your balance and make sure that you aren't leaning onto an arm or a leg or both your knees or both your arms. Try and get it to be distributed. So that's if we're looking for stillness. Okay. Our first exercise, we're actually looking for as much movement as possible. So the first one is called the cat-cow. Okay. So you bring your eye gaze up towards your belly button. Push your hands through the floor and you're pulling your back up to the ceiling. It's like I've got a lasso around your waist and I'm pulling you up. And then you bring your eye gaze along the floor, up the wall, as high as you can, and then I'm pulling your stomach down. You've got that arc in your back. Your t-shirt is crunching, okay? And you're going into a big movement there. And then change your eye gaze again. Along the floor, up to your belly button, push and pull your back up. Happy cat, okay? It's purring around your leg and it's doing that nice little arc. And then you are going to change your eye gaze, bringing it up to the ceiling and dipping that tummy down. So you're a happy cow. You've got a big, full stomach. You've been eating and eating and eating and you're ready to be milked and your udder and your stomach are coming down to the floor. So that's why it's cat-cow. So just moving between those two movements. So getting as big a movement as you can throughout your spine. Okay, so that's important for lots of mobility. People, I quite often find it if I'm really stiff in my back, I do that and you just get as much movement as your body will allow you. Every day is different, okay? And you can do the same sort of movement higher up if you can't get down to the floor. So you can do the same sort of theory, pushing your back away and then dipping your tummy forward and getting that back shape. So a big arc and round and a big arc. Okay, so that's cat-cow. We're going to come back. Okay, this time we're trying to get that movement to go from side to side. Okay, so we come around, we look around our shoulder, twist around, trying to look at our feet. Okay, keeping that back still to start off with and twist to the other side. So can you see one foot? Can you see the other foot? So you're just trying to twist around but keeping everything else still. It's just your neck, you're just looking around as far as you possibly can and just feeling that stretch through your side. Do that for a few, and then we're going to add a bit more of a hip movement. So as you look around, your hip will swing from side to side. So I'll show you from this direction. Sorry about my backside. Okay, but you'll see I'm going to look around my shoulder, okay, and then my hips will swing away from my head. I go around the other way and I'm trying to look at both. So you'll get more range, you'll see more of your feet, but you're also starting to get more movement sideways. Our first one was forward, back. This one is side, side. Okay, so we're getting full ranges through our back. Okay, the next exercise we're going to look at is, I call the arrow. Okay, so we're going to come, so we're starting with our hands and knees. We're bringing our hands, so then our pinky fingers are hanging off the edge of your mat. Your feet glue together and then bring your knees, so your knees are out onto the wide bit of your mat. Okay, bring your weight back as much as possible over your feet, long arms. Okay, you're going to imagine that your head is an arrow and it's darting forward, coming over your wrists, but your back remains as straight as possible. So no dip, okay? Trying to really think about straight back. So like a plank. And then you bring your weight back and you dart your arrow further. So this is working through our knees, our hips, and putting some strength through our wrists, okay? If you're finding this is achy, these things for having your hands on your wrists, it's because of wrist strength, okay? So the more you do it, the better it will become. It's easier it is, but that one is a really good one because it's putting more weight, so more stretch and more strength through those wrists, okay? So again, holding, going backwards and forwards. They're the only three we're going to do today, okay? But that's all about different body parts and getting flexibility, strength, and mobility through different joints of our body, being our back, knees, hips. Just a little hint, if you are going through a stage where you're doing a lot of these exercises and having your hand like this where you've got that pressure going through your wrist, instead maybe bring your hands up into a fist, okay, and do that sort of thing. And then your wrist is straight and people don't find it quite as painful, especially when you're starting out, or if you do a lot of exercises in this position, you might want to change to that straight wrist. Or if you're just doing a leg exercise, you can usually bring yourself down onto your forearms and just do whatever you need to do with your legs. And that's an easy thing to change. Okay, so try those exercises. It's really good for your beginning of your movement series. Okay, your beginning of getting your body to be able to move freely. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Like and subscribe and you'll get some updates. Don't forget, I also do full classes via Zoom. So contact me about trying to do those live, or I have some on-demand classes as well. I will see you around.